Moving on now to another show that is... Moving on to our next show, I'll say, is American Horror Story Hotel. Now, 2 weeks ago, it had one of my favorite episodes, Devil's Night, with some pretty great acting and pretty great portrayals of some pretty horrific and famous serial killers. And then last week was a great was a great kind of eye opener and backstory telling with Liz, finding out what Liz is and how she went from Nick to Liz. All great stuff to help bring us into this week's episode. Now, this week's episode started off with the first real connection between all the seasons of American Horror Story. Ryan Murphy and the rest of the team have been saying that American Horror Stories does have connections between each of the seasons, that not only are they alone in their own storytelling, but there are very, very, very small connections between each of the seasons. So the American Horror Story connection, this is like the first solid one. We begin the episode with the Countess visiting the murder hotel and visiting its, I think, first inhabitant, Dr. Charles Montgomery. Now, if you've seen season 1, you know exactly who he is. But if you haven't seen season 1 or any of the real seasons of American Horror Story, Dr. Charles Montgomery was one of those doctors that was always high on drugs. Not Maroon 5 music video. It's a drawn-out Lady Gaga music video. Maroon 5 is more subdued. This is Lady Gaga up the wazoo. The Countess, who is played by Lady Gaga, visits this Montgomery to have... she's 3 weeks pregnant, and she's going to get it taken care of. She's 3 weeks pregnant. She looks 8 months pregnant. Now, she is a vampire, and vampire babies grow a little faster than human babies. I don't write this stuff. I don't. So Charles Montgomery goes forth with the surgery, and baby is still alive. And yeah, she's the Countess. She is Elizabeth, the Countess. Goes ahead with the surgery. Baby kills the nurse. That was awesome. It was so cool. And that's really the first connection between American Horror Story season 1 Murder House and Hotel. Now, speed it up now. We're back in the present day where all this crazy stuff is happening. The title of the episode is Room 33. And, you know, seeing and hearing about all this stuff with Lady Gaga's character, the Countess, it's kind of easy to figure out that Room 33 is where she's keeping her child. You never really get to see the baby in the episode, which is quite okay with me, because if people are sitting there going, "What?" I don't want to know what that face looks like. Don't want to know what that face looks like. Now we find out that Liz and Tristan, the male model turned vampire, and Liz, the dude turned woman, not a vampire, just a worker at the hotel, are in a loving relationship. They decide to have relations with each other, and in fact are in love. I mean, it's like this hotel brings people together. Mothers get to be with their sons. A dude who dresses up like a woman falls in love with a model who swears he's not gay, but, you know, is doing this. And they want to profess their love to each other, because right now Tristan is the Countess's current like love, um like her current boy toy. That's how we'll put it. First it was Donovan, who was the son of Kathy Bates' character, but she threw him away when she saw who Tristan was and met Tristan and all that other kind of stuff. So now we got like this little love triangle kind of going on. It's a little weird, but you can expect whatever you can expect at the Hotel Cortez. So John, as he's sleeping, is woken up from his vampiric son, Holden, and Holden says, "I want to show you something." And he brings him into Murder Hotel Motel. Yes, 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 the Murder Hotel Motel. You guys are just having fun without me, aren't you? You're not even... You probably have me muted and you're just listening to stuff. So Holden brings his father, John, down to the pool where all the vampiric kids that Lady Gaga has kidnapped throughout the years, and Alex, Holden's mother, and John's soon-to-be ex-wife. And John discovers that this is where Alex is. She is now one of them. And, hey, you know, that would freak me out too. And just, he passes out. Alex then sits there and convinces Liz to destroy the coffins so that John doesn't actually discover it and he has nothing to go with it. Perfect plan. Awesome. Except for the fact when Ramona comes in trying to kill the kids and she can't find them. But hey, nobody's supposed to know about that. That's what happens when it's a surprise. It's a surprise attack. Now, Angela Bassett, she's not really in this season as much as she's in the other, as much as she was in Freak Show. But again, whenever she is, she's got this like commanding presence. And she's out for blood. She's a vampire and she's out for blood. You get what that's doing. You get what that you get that. You get that. Of course you do. Of course you do. You guys are somewhat smart. So yeah, I have no idea what is how this is going to fold out. It's Donovan is upset with the Countess because she threw him away so simply, just to pick up Tristan. And Ramona is upset because her love was killed by the Countess. So all roads point back to the Countess. And it's just weird. It's this whole triangle thing of what's going on. But anyway, Ramona comes back into the hotel looking to kill these kidnapped children of the Countess. And it's not working out. It is not working out whatsoever. The kids are missing. So she decides, she knows, because she was once the Countess's love, she knows where room 33 is and what's in room 33. So she knows to go after room 33 and what's in room 33. So she goes in, and the kid creeps her the hell out. I mean, if you could creep out a creepy vampire, then I mean, it's just weird. It's crazy. So the baby gets out. Upon waking up and nobody really believing him, John decides to leave Hotel Cortez and go back home, because if Alex is there, he doesn't want to be there. So he takes his daughter, brings her home. this whole time too, John is just having what seems to be a psychotic breakdown, but it's the hotel. This hotel is this hotel is just crazy. And that's what they're trying to go with. They're trying to tell people, like, it is absolutely nuts. It is like, this is one of the worst hotels that you'll ever be in. And John knows that. Now, upon unpacking his stuff at home, and comforting his daughter to let her know that everything is okay. Funny you should say that, Chris, about Hotel California, because the first episode they played Hotel California, and you're making me jump the gun here, but my suspicions were right. Again, with these little connections between the seasons. In the first season of American Horror Story, those who died in the murder house were tied to the murder house. Okay? In American Horror Story Hotel, those who die in the hotel stay. Their spirits have to stay, except for one. Donovan tells the two Scandinavian tourists that we meet in the very first episode of the season, tells them that, listen, you're dead. You're never leaving here. Your souls are here forever. That sounds a lot like Hotel California. Right. You can check out anytime you like, but you can never leave. Those are the exact words of the Hotel California. And those, my friends, are the theme behind American Horror Story Hotel. So, if you're a big Eagles fan, you saw this coming the whole time. As soon as they started playing it at the beginning of the series, you knew that this was going to be a Gaga Hotel California. Thank you, Chris, for giving me that. I'm giving you credit. Gaga Hotel California. Absolutely. So, again, we have also this huge story arc of a huge story arc of these sort of biblical killings, where each death is tied in to either a Ten Commandment or one of the seven deadly sins, kind of like the movie Seven, and Kevin Spacey's character, I think it was Kaiser Soze. This overbearing story arc kind of ties into what John is, because John is a detective. But John really, he wants to solve these murders, but because he's going crazy by staying at the Hotel California, at the Hotel Cortez, thank you very much for putting that in my mind, Chris, but this is what he has to deal with. Yeah. So, beginning of the episode, Liz and Tristan profess their love to each other. Liz is just a straight man, but he's a heterosexual woman in here. And Tristan is a straight male model who's definitely not gay. Hashtag Gaga Hotel California. That's right. I think I'm going to use that. And Liz thinks it's a great idea to tell Elizabeth. Liz thinks it's a great idea, tell the Countess, and everything will be okay. Everything will be fine. Countess brings Tristan in. Now, Liz tells the Countess. The Countess brings Tristan in. It's a Mexican standoff in the hotel room. And then We hear it. We see it. It happens. Yeah, it's weird. It's weird. It's American Horror Story. If you watch American Horror Story, you would get the whole straight man with a hetero woman thing, Chris. Yeah. Yeah, you would get that. So it's a Mexican standoff in this hotel room, and the Countess says, yeah, sure, you can have him. Liz, you can have Tristan. And then kills Tristan. So, rip Tristan. Hashtag rip Tristan. Hashtag sorry, Liz. But this was a yeah, it's a transgender type character. That's what it is. So American Horror Story was a great episode this week. You got to see a bit of the Countess's backstory, where she's an unwedded, unmarried, pregnant woman, and obviously back in the 20s, it's not really unheard of, but it was frowned upon. So she's lived with what she thinks is this kind of curse type thing, and she has the baby. The baby is like her. It is a vampire. And she targeted Alex, so that Alex, John's soon-to-be ex-wife, targets Alex, so that Alex can be the caretaker for all the children. Which now that we know he exists, she will be taking care of the Countess's first child. A child she did not kidnap, but indeed, in fact, had. I am not, and no, Chris, you're twisting my words, Chris. So American Horror Story this season especially is known for some pretty gory stuff, and that opening scene dealt with some pretty gory women stuff, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. Please don't ask for more. But we did get to see Ramona come back in, and we do know that she's gonna hit the Countess where the Countess hit her. Just people love just attack the people that she loves. Attack the people that she loves. So American Horror Story, can't wait to see what it is. I think there's 3 episodes left. Not sure if it's in the season, but there are 3 episodes left until we get into the winter break. And now he's just messing with you. You just opened that, but he's messing with you now. But anyway, opens up to everything. We've got 3 episodes left till it goes into the winter break, and I can't wait to see what goes on, because at first I didn't really like American Horror Story. The first 2 episodes were there's a lot going on, too much going on, all that kind of stuff. But now I'm kind of intrigued. Now that I know the characters and we're starting to get into backstories, even the 2 tourists that have figured out that they're it would be kind of weird not to mention this whole thing, but now we are starting to see the connections, and I kind of want to go back during this midwinter break. I might go back and watch like season 2, season 3 again of American Horror Story, about all of to see if there are any stronger connections back to the previous seasons. Excuse me. But anyway. So that was our, so that's American Horror Story Hotel. Another great episode. and we'll continue on. We'll continue on. You guys are relentless with this whole stuff. I'm not letting you know if I'm a yeah, well, your wife loves the show for loving everything that goes on, right? Right. So anyway, the next we're gonna jump right into our 2 Thursday night shows. The first of which is it's all right. This episode is kind of it. Yeah, hashtag safe zone. Yeah, I get it. I know it's a safe zone. I am not a 1920s transgender unwed pregnant woman. All right, I am not any of that. All right. All right. This is a safe zone. I am letting you know I am not a 1920s unwed pregnant woman. Okay. All right. There's your hashtag safe zone. All right. Anyway, next episode, next show we're going to talk about is Heroes Reborn. Heroes Reborn. My God, you guys are just killing me with this terrible acting. Terrible acting. Jeez. The storyline is really weird. The last 2 episodes of Heroes, we are taken back, thanks to Hiro Nakamura, we're taken back to June 13th, which is kind of their version of like our 9/11. Tough subject to talk about, but yeah. So Noah Bennett decided to change some of the events just so that he can prepare for what he thinks is this present timeline. In real case, he actually messes with the butterflies. It's butterfly effect, but with no Ashton Kutcher. So Noah comes back, comes back into the present time after doing everything like that, and sees Quentin, and we, the viewers, find out that Quentin is actually working with, I think her name's Veronica? I don't know. I didn't write her name down because I really didn't care that much. Yeah, Heroes turned into Nashville. Crazy, right? What really was the center of this episode was this place called Sunstone Manor, which we find out our main antagonist bought with her millions, and was kind of a place that they could use to brainwash people. Now, again, we're finding out that different little things that Noah did changed the universe that we had first seen in the beginning of the season. So now everything that we knew at the beginning of this season has now changed because of what had happened in these past 2 episodes. So now it's basically like, all right, great, you watched the whole series so far, so here's everything that we decided to do. Everything you know about the events that happened after June 13th, gone. Just gone. All right? Just forget about it. It is now a new... we're starting Heroes Reborn all over again. Just starting it all up all over again. Upon doing that, Rebecca, don't get him a Klondike bar. You did good by not getting him a Klondike bar, all right? You did good by not getting him a Klondike bar. Don't ever get him a Klondike bar. So Heroes Reborn... I mean, again, the powers look cool. So this whole storyline thing is set around Sunstone Manor. And it's... Good job, Rebecca. Good job. Wow, just had a brain lapse. But anyway, Heroes Reborn. So we go back. So the Sunset Manor, one of our protagonists, Julio, Oscar, something slightly Latin, gets taken to the Sunstone Manor, and everybody's talking about the director, You could hear the director's voice. All right, it's Matt Parker. All right, the guy that can get into your mind and do all that crazy crap with your mind and read your thoughts is the director. All right. In this new universe, he's not just a lackey anymore. He is the director of this stupid Sunstone Manor. And what he's basically doing is brainwashing every single one of the Evos that they capture and just telling them that it's all going to be okay. Everything will be fine. Do not worry about the sound of my voice, for I am Matt Parker. This is the director. So, yeah, it's just bad reveal after bad reveal after bad reveal. I feel bad for this show, yet it does get me to keep watching it, and I love watching it. It's the only reason why I love watching it is because it just brings me back to the original Heroes Season 1. But I don't know why it brings me back to it. Like, for some instance, I think I keep watching it because I'm sitting there just saying, when is Sylar going to show up? Where is Sylar? Can Sylar come back? Can we get Zachary Quinto to reprise his role? You know, it's not Peter Parker. It's not Peter Parker. All right, K-Bear? It is not Peter Parker. This is not a Marvel Universe type thing. Yeah. So we find all that Sunstone Manor is just this weird, creepy, like, the Sunstone Manor is hashtag safe zone. That's Sunstone Manor is hashtag safe zone for Evos. And Matt Parker's got him underneath this weird, creepy, crazy kind of spell. And, yeah. We go back over to Nathan, who is one of the twins who can teleport. But we also figure out that Nathan can also stop time like his father, Hiro Nakamura. Or his adopted father, because it's creepy. It's creepy to call him his father. But anyway, Hiro Nakamura's power of stopping time, Nathan can also do. He just doesn't know he could do it yet. So, I never listen to you, Chris. I never listen. So, Nathan finally figures out how to freeze time when Jacob comes in. Jacob is played by Chuck, and he's got fire powers and all this kind of stuff. I can't really talk about Heroes Reborn. It was so that it was just nothing really good came out of it. I thought, even looking at my notes, I'm just like, ugh. Alright, so getting out of Heroes Reborn because I just can't take it anymore. Tacos, yeah, World Hunter. We're going to go to our next Thursday night show, which is